Hello and welcome to Gameolio Podcast 71. I'm having issues with Ustream, but were you streaming it? Yep. And without NBN. So, pretty much like being on 56k modem, if you can imagine that. Streaming and talking to these people, these fine people here. Hi Phuong, hello.
Yes, hello.
How are you?
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit sick, but
Little
I'm
bit
getting
sick.
over it.
You've got that infection that's been going throughout the entire population.
You mean the one that's like
And-
fungus growing on the face and stuff, or
Well, no,
just the general flu?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're talking about, but yeah, this the flu, that thing. You know?
Yeah. I think I
not
have
as
it. I
bad
don't
as
know.
influenza, just that thing right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you getting over it? You beating it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure.
Okay.
We'll see next week.
Okay. All right. And the Haven.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Sick?
how are you?
Are you sick too?
No, I'm not.
No, you're in good health.
Fortunately, I'm not.
That's good.
But
You are in
the
good
winter
health.
is still young, so I would not be too proud or too arrogant about that.
It's coming. Yep. Oh, don't. Yes, good. Okay, and Rich's not here because he's got homework. So, he needs to get that homework done. Yep. Anyway, we're gamers, we talk games, and here we are talking about games. And Phuong's been playing Dynasty Warriors, so let's start off with that because I know she's been just dying to talk about it. It's Warriors. They're in some sort of dynasty, and there's 8 of them, I think, possibly.
Is it dynasty or is it dynasty?
I don't know. I just call it
I
dynasty.
am like so confused. How do you say
Well, I guess it depends which country you're in. I'm guessing I just say it the American way because that's the way I've heard it so often said. But that's probably it. May be dynasty. I don't know. Maybe
I don't
dynasty
know
is the
either.
American way. Maybe it is dynasty. Damn it! Maybe I had it right the whole time. I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I've always called it Dynasty Warriors. So
It's
I
just tomato and tomato.
Yeah,
pretty
maybe.
much.
Yeah. Okay.
Is
Well,
this
anyway, I'm
like a
playing
massive? Is this a topic of discussion? Is this like being something that people rage about on the forums? Oh, it's dynasty, not dynasty. No, it's
that. No, I
dynasty.
don't think so.
Yeah,
I
but
actually
it
don't know
certainly
what
could
they
be.
complain about. So.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. So apart from the name, call it whatever you want. Call it DW8.
DWA.
DW8. That gets past all that. Or Dwight. No. I thought yes. So what's the deal? I mean, it's more warriors. There's 8 of them. I guess times 100,000.
There's over 77. I think there is in this installment.
Okay. 77 that you can choose from. Or
Yeah, you got to unlock them.
Oh right.
So I think most of them you unlock by playing the story mode and through the stages or through history of that kingdom. You get to play as different characters. Like I don't know how many stages there are, but each stage has like 3 or 4 characters that you can choose from that were relevant to that point in time or that battle. So you get to choose whoever you want like to play for that stage. And then afterwards, after you finish that stage, all those characters that were there are available in free mode for you to play. So most of them are unlocked through that, and then some of them are unlocked through special stages that you have to complete, that you unlock by completing special objectives in the story mode. So it's I think they kind of did it like that in other Dynasty Warriors, so I don't think it's very original.
Yeah.
For
So
the
but when you
series.
break it down, is it just like there's perhaps 5 styles or 10 styles of fighting, and it's just 80 skins or whatever it is?
No, actually,
Yeah?
they're all unique.
Wow.
So this is the thing. Everyone has a key weapon that they have. Like sorry, sometimes I'll be coughing, so like
That's
mute
all right.
and then I'll be silent for a second. But like so one person might be using like a pike or something, and another person will be using a spear, which are similar weapons, but their fighting styles and their animations are different.
Yeah.
And then, some characters they get into like really strange, kind of weird mystical weapons, and then some that are kind of just weird. Like one girl who I haven't unlocked yet, who I will eventually, she uses a yo-yo, and then another girl I think uses a chain whip, or a guy uses a chain whip. I can't remember which character it is, but that's their signature weapon. And obviously they would not have used that in, you know, ancient China or anywhere in the world
Yeah.
for a historical battle. But
Mm.
yeah, they have it. And they all have unique animations. And then, so they have their key weapon, but in every battle you can choose 2 weapons to carry and you can switch between them.
Okay.
And then it just mimics whatever weapon set that is. So if you have a sword, everyone uses that same sword animation. So it's like they attached a particular animation to the character rig whenever they when they choose a weapon. So
Right.
there's loads and loads of weapons, loads of characters, which equals loads of animations, and every character looks a little bit different as well. Well, they look really different. They're unique characters. So
Yeah.
they did a really good job.
Well, it's
you
kind
know?
of impressive because, yeah, I mean, I thought perhaps you've just got 5 classes or something and you just tweak the skins a little bit. Oh, I mean, it's probably a lot easier to make skins than it is to completely give them all the attributes. But no, that's good. And with the unique weapon and so on. And the yo-yo, that's interesting. Does she also have rollerblades on, perhaps? Maybe? No?
No, but she acts like a cat.
She acts like
What's
a
her
cat.
name? Her name's
Cat girl.
Balsanang or something. She's supposedly the wife of some other character, but she acts like a cat and she's really scantily dressed.
I see. And
You know,
yeah.
like a typical Dynasty Warriors female character, I think.
Yeah, yep.
But yeah, I haven't unlocked her yet. So
Okay.
it's really cool.
Okay.
I'll have to unlock her eventually.
So battles, they're the same? Big, massive?
Big,
Just
massive.
look better?
I feel like there's a little bit more direction in this
Okay.
one now, and so in story modes, when you start a battle, particular characters on your side will say, "Oh, hey, you've got to go take out this base, or else, you know, reinforcements will come for the enemy side." And the thing
Yeah.
is, you really feel like I'm stuck on one stage at the moment where I just cannot complete the objectives in time, and I will lose like 2 minutes later because my side just can't keep up. So it's actually some level of difficulty that I feel now, which is really good because you never really felt it in any other Dynasty Warriors thing. You kind of just went, nah, I'll just run in there, kill everyone that I see.
Yeah.
But I can't do that in this one. I really can't do this in the stage that I got at the moment.
Okay.
So I kind of, from what I've played, this Dynasty Warriors, and a lot of other people have said this as well, this is the best one out of the entire series so far.
Yeah.
And I kind of feel like it's because for the last 2 and maybe for the couple of spin-offs, the company has been trying different ways to make the series feel fresh, and they've certainly made a few mistakes through like 6 and 7, but they've implemented like the 2-weapon system, EX attacks, and making stages a little bit harder by making you complete objectives as you go along the way. Otherwise, you'll get punished for them if you don't complete them, which is I think really good. So they've added all the good things that they found in all the games that they experimented with and just put it into this game, and it's just fresh. It's
Right.
awesome.
Cool. And how about multiplayer? Is there'd be co-op and so on, that sort of thing? Like, it's always been in that game, right? You could have...
Yeah, it's split screen. So you can co-op
right.
story mode. So like I said before, in each stage you can choose like 2 or 3 characters. If you have another person playing with you, they can choose one of the other characters that you haven't chosen out of that group.
Okay.
So I was playing with my boyfriend, and it's the typical split screen. So if you played multiplayer or local co-op before, in Dynasty Warriors, it's just split screen top and bottom. But you can do multiplayer co-op as well. So I'll have singular screens for that, obviously. It'll be online with friends or whatever.
Yeah. It'd be great. Like, that's the type of game, like, so 4 players is what you said, right? Max.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So it'd be great if you could do like 32 or 64 or something like that. Because it's massive, you know? So, but you should have about that many heroes in there too. You got 77 to choose from. Let's have half of them, you know, at least half in the battle, all side by side, on a team, like a raid. Oh, that'd be awesome. Imagine a raid. Like, that's what you do in World of Warcraft. You just have 33 players and you just fight against, you know, computer enemies instead of each other like a PvP battleground, but an actual raid where you're just fighting. But you have all these other people you're fighting amongst them as well. So, like, you're the hero characters, but I guess that's Dota, isn't it? Kind of like Dota in a way, because you've got those minions, but make it on the large scale. But don't worry about World of Warcraft. It could be in anything. But in Dynasty Warriors, let's put in Dynasty Warriors, you know? So you can have massive battles. Why not? Why not? I like that idea. I want that idea. Do it. Come
Could be
on.
like, isn't that kind of like what they did online though for Dynasty Warriors Online?
Yeah,
That's
now you mentioned this a long time ago, but how did that end up? Is that still going? Is that a thing?
I'm pretty sure it's still going.
Okay.
I just haven't checked up on it. I dropped it pretty quick because it was too difficult to play, I think, but I can't remember
Right.
why. It might have been connection issues or something.
Okay. Should
Yeah.
check it out again. Yeah. Is it a free thing? It was free, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was free. That's another thing as well. I think since it was free, you were limited by what you could do without paying money for it.
Right.
How powerful you could get and stuff.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it, with the shops and so on. But I suppose if it's a decent game, then it's not too bad dropping $10 in there or whatever. But okay, that's one thing. I got to note that down because I would like to see that and see if that's a thing. 'Cause I would love that. I know there's been games like Mountain Blade or something like that.
Yeah, Mountain Blade.
Yeah, like that's kind of cool and funny at the same time. But there's something similar to that, just not as structured as that because I don't see Dynasty Warriors as being too structured when you just see dudes just running everywhere.
Yeah.
There's a guy there's massive battles, like it's just chaotic. And I like that idea. I want to see it. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
Haven.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Not too bad. I think like
Sacrificing some souls? Is that what's going on?
Yeah, still sacrificing a lot of people.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
Not.
That's good. No, I think you actually talked about this last time, didn't you? Soul
Yeah, I
Sacrifice.
did. Yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is because your review is going to be coming up soon-ish.
Exactly.
As soon as I load up the old WordPress and press a few buttons, and then that will be coming. So
Yeah, so they have some new downloadable content came out this week.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I just downloaded it last night.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully can try. I mean, I really like the idea of they just churning out free DLC like I think it's every month or every 2 weeks. Can't remember.
Okay.
Because I remember the last one that I downloaded was not that long ago. So
Right.
So I'm quite surprised.
I like this, yeah. So White Knight
this
Chronicles, that was the other one that did it, wasn't it? Like it would just release free DLC every now and then.
I like those kind of games.
Yeah, I like
Free
that too.
DLC.
It's something which you don't feel like, I just spent all this money on the game. Why did they hold back portions of the game? They charged me another 20. Well, I know why they did it because it's a business decision, make some more cash. But it's good to hear that there's people out there doing what you said is that they just release the DLC for free.
Exactly.
Here and there. It's like maybe they did hold it back, but it's something that they wanted to release, later. Give people time to digest the main quest, get through that, then come back, rather than just inflating the game beyond anything that you can handle. Like, I know it's probably not going to be such a big deal, but Mass Effect 3. So I purposely waited to the end because I wanted to go through it, but I wanted to do that because I remember in Mass Effect 2 that if I didn't do that, like I could have just gone all the way to the end, and then there's no real, for me, there was no real reason to continue playing. If I played that way, I was kind of like, well, I've seen this, and I don't really want to do the other things now. What's the point, So that's why I've waited for Mass Effect 3 so I can play everything. Because you have to sort of play it. I feel like you need to play it while you play among the game. But people that release the DLC, I'm hoping that this is the case, is that it is stuff that continues the story or is additional to the story. It's not something that you need to play before you get to the end.
Yeah.
Is that the case, or?
Yeah, so this is it's just basically continue because the premise of the of Soul Sacrifice is you read a journal written by someone else, and you're reliving the memory of that sorcerer in the journal. So basically, new DLC is like, remember something new, and so then they show up in the book. So the book called Librum is the journal that you're reading. So there could be a new page in Librum that you can read now. Yes, which I think is really clever kind of idea. So it doesn't make the DLC awkward. That suddenly where does this part of DLC fit into?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty good. I like it. And I think it would be my new White Knight Chronicles.
Okay, righto. Well, it's good, and it's handheld too, so you can take it wherever you go.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
So I enjoy it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I still continue with Skyrim from time to time.
Yes, Skyrim. Yes, I've actually started playing Fallout New Vegas.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yay.
Yes. It was a present from Phuong a long, long time ago. I never got a chance to play it. And part of it was just because I knew what was involved in playing this game. I had just finished Fallout 3. I think I may have just finished Skyrim. So it was kind of like, oh, I want to play it, but I know what's going to happen. And there's going to be a massive time sink. It's going to go on for about 60 hours. And I've got to prepare myself. I've got to play some of these smaller games in between. So yeah, I've been sort of playing games from Steam sales of the past, trying to get through them, and I have. So now I was looking at the game list and I saw Dark Souls, which I just purchased in Steam summer sales, and I saw Fallout New Vegas. I thought, right, this is okay. Let's do this. Let's do this thing. And loading it up, looking at the graphics, I was kind of like, I kind of just finished like games like Stalker and so on, and they had some great mods which just improved the graphics. I wonder if there's something for this. So I had a look, and sure enough, there was. There's everything for it. Tweak this, tweak that, skins, graphical things, lighting, everything. So I grabbed all of it, loaded it all in, turned it on. Looks beautiful, looks fantastic, and it solved a couple of issues that most of the sort of Bethesda games have, which is that when you sort of turn, when you walk, you get some sort of frame skipping every once in a while. It's not massive, but it's enough to be annoying. And after a while, it really gets on your nerves. So it started doing this again, and I'm like, oh, not again. I've got a new computer as well. I should be past this. But I wasn't past this, and it was still happening. So anyway, this mod solved that completely. It's absolutely smooth now, and there's no issues there. The sky looks beautiful, and I'm going to do not a let's play, but I'll do like a little video because I want to show off what it looks like and go around. Anyway, great. It's like a nice desert. You're in the Mojave Desert and massive overworld, and just having an absolute blast, just walking around, going to random places. I'm trying to find vaults, which I hear there are about. So I'm trying to find one, and I've sort of been working my way south. Found a nice airport, which had nothing there really, but there was an airport there, and sort of worked my way down towards the coast there, where there was some enemy units or enemies that I've never encountered before, and I don't think I'll ever count them again. But they were there, and so I mean that was like 4 hours of gameplay, just doing something totally unrelated to the main quest. And this is what happened in Fallout 3, because it's kind of like, the view distance is so ridiculous nowadays that you could just stand on top of a mountain and see from one side to the other, and you can see all these little structures in between. You're like, I wonder what's in that one. I wonder what's in this one. And you spend hours just walking and just investigating. Whereas I didn't have that. I didn't have that issue in Skyrim, for example, because I couldn't see. Well, I couldn't see that far, and as far as I remember, it was pretty foggy all the time, and perhaps my view distance wasn't that great as well on the PC because this was on my older machine. But I didn't.
On that direction bar on top of the screen, it does show that, for example, when you run along, there will be like new structures that coming up in your visor or whatever that. That's how I actually go around.
No, well, yeah, like when you walk around, but when you can see from, 6 kilometers away, there's little, like you'll see like caravans and so on. You're like, okay, it's a caravan. But then you'll see something that just sticks out and it looks like some sort of landmark or something. So he's like, it's all the way over there. But I've got to make the journey because I want to investigate because you never know, and that's the thing. Like you never know. And Skyrim's the same. If I could see that far, I'd be doing the same thing. There's all these structures which there's no reason for you to go there. It's just they're there, and you click on it, and suddenly you're like going down, a kilometer down into the earth. Just like, what is this? Did they really think about this, or is somebody just copied and pasted some other thing and just threw it in there? It's just, I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact that they've put so much effort into putting something into a game that probably 90% of the people won't find, but those 10% that do find it will, it's something for them. It's like, it's amazing. It's something you can tell other people. They're like, I didn't see that 10% of the game. I better go exploring again. There's still something there for me. Unfortunately, these games are massive, and if I spend all this time looking at every square inch of the map, I'll never progress to the next game. But it's a thing, and I'm really enjoying it at the moment. I think I'm 14 hours into it. But I reckon like 2 hours of that has been spent on the main quest. The rest of it's just wondering, if I shoot this guy, I wonder if that'll affect my faction rep with these guys. Like it's just really sort of silly things. But the game caters for that, and that's really cool. So I'm looking for the vaults. I want to find the vaults. I want to get into there. I've heard some cool things about the one down south, so I really want to find it. But yeah, no, it's a fantastic game. And I should have on Steam the summer sales, and I'm hoping that anyone that was looking at getting it, they got it then, because I think it was like $5 or something, and you got the Ultimate Edition, and it had sort of all the DLC thrown in as well. Cool. It's really good. Yeah. And so that was something which, it was really great on the sales there. I think they had Fallout 3 and everything like that too. So, yes.
Yeah, I was looking at because I bought the game at Toys R Us when they were on sale for like $15, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so actually it's funny you said that, because I was just checking it out today when I found out, how come this box is in my room instead of in my cupboard. So I took it out and I looked at it and I said, maybe I should check out some DLC, and then I saw that there's a DLC on sale, and I was thinking, maybe I should get the DLC.
Yeah. No, and it's definitely. Well, look, I mean, the main game itself is just going to be massive anyway, and there's so much you can do it by itself. The DLC is just like an added bonus in these games. It adds a little bit here and there. But yeah, really, it's going to be my game for the next 100 hours, I guess. At least for the next month or two, I'd say, if not more. But yeah, I mean, I've got, and Steam, and that's another thing by itself. Steam summer sales have come and gone, absolutely ruined and decimated people and their growing list of games that they can't keep under wraps. They can't handle it. There's games they've probably had from Steam sales 5 years ago, if that ever was a thing 5 years ago. But from so long ago that they just haven't been able to put a dent into things that they purchased then. It's like I said, I've only just sort of finished the games I bought. And I don't even know when that was. It may have been a year or two ago. So
how many did you buy this time?
I think I bought about 5. Hang on, let me have a look. I should know this.
I doubled that.
Yeah, you smashed it.
Yeah, I know, it was so bad.
Yeah, there was too many. And I actually had to resist a couple. There were some, and I was looking at like Transformers, for example, was like 66% off. I was like,
it's awesome.
I should have, but if I had, it just would have been another game, which would have ruined me. Anyway,
it's so good.
I know. I got, let's see. I got Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. I got, I'm sure I got more than this. Hang on, where is it? Secret World, System Shock 2, Mark of the Ninja, and there's another one somewhere. I just can't. Darksiders. So I've probably boosted the game time by about another 200 hours or so at least. I think so. And like the Secret World is infinite until I get bored, I imagine, because it's MMO. And I was sort of hanging for that because I didn't really want to spend full price on that, but I was always interested in the idea. So it was like half price, I think. Was it? Yeah, I think it was half price. So I got that, picked that up for like $14 or $12 or whatever it was. So that was good. And Dota 2, which is free, has got nothing to do with the Steam sales, but I saw it then and went, how come I've not got this? So I got that and I started playing that too, which is another time sink and can go on forever. So if you've ever played League of Legends, or Dota or whatever, it's all that. So I think it's fun, but man, people really get angry. They get angry.
Oh, they do. That's why I haven't played it.
Well,
seriously. People got angry at me when I was playing like the original Dota, when it was like the just like the mod.
Yeah.
Fun map. I played it once. I experienced that anger and that, I don't know, whatever the hell it was, and I was like, no, F this game and all the types of games.
Yep.
And I quit.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep. Take that. Have some of that. No, it's well, the thing that gets me more is that I was in I think it was a training session. It's like, you're not even before you go into the regular, it's just training. And people are like, you got to go. They're using like little sort of buzzwords on things I don't even understand. And it was like people just saying down that bot, And it was like, but okay, bottom. But by the time I figured out, why aren't you there? Why? I was like, this is training, you know? It's like, just relax a little bit. We ended up winning anyway, but this guy was on fire the whole way through, and nobody was listening to him. I guess that kind of added to it, but still.
It's like it's stupid. Like I think because it's such a big game and so many people play it, everyone expects everyone to know how to play this game and what their jargon is and all that stuff. And that's a really unfair. I think it's really beginner unfriendly.
Oh yeah, big time.
Really beginner unfriendly, and that's just
it's jumping into a deep end, and there's like 3 sharks in the deep end and an octopus down there.
Not even that. You're jumping into a whirlpool of teeth. That's what it is. Like, you guys, just stop. And why are you taking it so seriously in the first place? Just
chill out, man. Chill out.
You will have more fun that way. But yeah.
No, they won't. iPhone. Come on. They need to win.
Internet.
We have to win.
All the time.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
Anyway,
So
yes, well.
some of that action happening as well on the side there. But Last of Us was a game that came out about more than a month ago? About a month ago. A month and a week, maybe 5 weeks ago. Something like that. Was it 20 something? Anyway, it came out. Everyone gave it 10 out of 10. Some people gave it 4. They were very unpopular, but they did. And but there was plenty of 10 out of 10s just being thrown about. So going into it, I had big expectations because I bought into the hype. I was like, wow, this is a 10 out of 10 game. Let's have a look at it. I want to see everything that's 10 out of 10. Graphics have to be 10 out of 10. The skin on that seagull must be 10 out of 10, or it's not deserving of that 10 out of 10 that they've all given it. And straight away was disappointed because I was overly critical. I was looking at every single little thing. I was looking at the walls. I was looking at textures. Some weren't consistent. It was quite highly polished in the first section, but then 20, 30 minutes into the game, there's walls which just look like, did someone throw up on that and then call it a high resolution texture? I don't know. So
it wasn't my imagination when that whole intro scene before everything happened or while it just started was absolutely amazing. Yes. And I was like, oh my God, this is going to be fantastic. And then when that disappeared, I was like, oh, did another team make this? What happened? What's going on? Suddenly, what the hell?
Yeah. No, definitely. Because, like I said, I was so critical, and I'm sure a lot of people were. They were going over everything with a magnifying glass. We want to see 10 out of 10 graphics. And
wait. There's one thing I have to mention as well. Did you notice on the TV the explosion happened on TV before it happened when you saw it in the window? Mm-hmm. Did you guys see that? Because that's really weird. That. It's like a magic TV.
No, isn't that doesn't the picture on the TV cut out and then you see?
No, the explosion happens, the TV cuts out, and then the explosion happens outside the window.
Again. Wait.
I thought it was explosion.
Yeah.
I thought it was the same explosion because she mentioned that it was close by.
No, but see, there we go. Overly critical, which is good because you pick these things up.
Well, it's supposed to be 10 out of 10 game. Come on, people.
So you picked up on that, and where I was like, "Wow, these graphics are really good." Oh, I'm watching TV. Oh, there's an explosion. So I can't say I picked up on that one. No. But I did find it cool that the explosion happened outside the window. I was like, oh, whoa.
Yeah, it was
cool. So definitely a great gripping start. But yeah, I mean, after that, it was me just looking at everything. And yeah, there were some textures, definitely, that were just terrible. They're not terrible, but not when you, like, I looked at it thinking, I remember looking at walls in Silent Hill 2 looking better than this does. That particular wall. I'm taking it on you, wall. Whoever did that texture, you let the team down. But when you pull back and look at just the overall picture and you're not so close up and so on, it's nice enough. And it certainly is true, like some reviewers said, the more you progress through, the better it gets. For some reason, this is the case. And it certainly is. And I'm not talking about story, I'm talking about graphics here, to the point where I think I was like, it must have been 50%. I think it was about the 40 to 50% range where things really started looking nice. And I don't know if it's just individually, individual textures, or just the sum of all of it, and the overall picture you get when you pull back looks impressive, coupled with lighting and all that sort of stuff. Because I mean, the start is fairly drab, I think, and depressing. Well, it's mostly depressing, but as you get out further into the game, without trying to spoil anything, it looks it certainly looks better and better. And there were parts where I wished like I was actually recording, because it was like, this I'm going to take time looking around this place because it looks kind of cool. Haven, how far did you get into the game?
Not really that far. I think I'm in the room that I think I got the revolver, and then I need to sneak past or maybe kill some of those people.
So you're still in the city,
face.
right? Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah, so there were like 5 of them, and I failed the first 2 times. I just thought that I need to take a break and think about how to do it.
Take a long break and think about it really well. Okay, right.
Yeah, because I don't think I can actually take them on in one go. So I have to sneak by them one by one. I think in the second attempt I sneak past. Well, I like sneak kill 3 of them.
Yeah.
But then there was another one like from afar. I don't know how. I mean, the thing is, well, they said that they listen to sound, so probably. I mean, yeah. So I don't know how they actually hear me, and then just came, and then when 2 of them came together, I just died.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So I thought I need a bit of a break and actually think about how to do it.
Yeah, it's sometimes good to step back and have a little think. I think I may have done that in the game too at one point, because I was constantly getting trashed. So yes, but
yeah, because it's not an area that you can just sneak past because the other 2 don't follow you. So you actually
yeah.
Yeah, because there are areas that other people will follow you if you can actually just avoid the enemies and not get into battle.
Yeah.
But this one, they just say that you go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
So I have to go ahead and do it.
Yep. Well, you'll come back to it and you'll have thought it out, strategized, and conquer.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I mean, I don't know. For me, the gameplay, everything is pretty. I don't think the graphics from what I saw is particularly like outstanding. I mean, but probably because when the world open up a bit more, it'll be a bit more variety of. At the moment, it's more or less like fallen buildings for me, rubbles and.
Oh, it's fairly dark as well.
Yeah.
It seems to be that once you get to that point, it's kind of like, okay, now we can justifiably use all the effects that we have in our arsenal of effects for this PlayStation 3. So it's like, okay, it's good. We can use a bit of sunlight now and throw in some DX, whatever the PlayStation 3 is, graphics and effects on it. So, Phuong, how far have you gotten into this game?
I'm currently stuck in the room full of clickers. So that's maybe a little bit past where Haven is.
Okay, right.
And I don't have a problem evading them and stuff like that. And I managed to stealth kill that one infected runner, whatever the hell it is, near the end, I think it is. But where the hell am I supposed to exit out of this area that I'm in? Because I've gone all around this really dark area. I probably passed the exit a couple times, and I don't know where to go. And I've run out of bottles and bricks to throw. So I'm kind of like, oh, god damn it.
Yeah.
So I tried to get out, and then I got killed by a clicker. So it wasn't quite enough.
Yes.
But I mean, if there's going to be lots of areas like that, I'm going to hate this game.
Was it a point where you were getting an ambush, like totally like ambushed, like and enemies just kept coming at you like nonstop? Is that part?
No, it's where I think you're close to the end of where you're supposed to go. Like, you know how you go into a subway and you see that dead firefly guy, and just after it you have to go through this room, and it's just filled with like 5 or 6 clickers and that one runner.
No, I'm confused. I was thinking about. I thought I had it, but then I actually was thinking of a tunnel completely in a different area.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm in that area, and I can't find the exit. I don't know where I'm going. Like,
it's there.
It's there somewhere.
Just look to
I know
the left.
it is.
I'm sure it's there.
It's just so frustrating, and I can't find my way out. And maybe I'm the only person who's kind of got like stuck in this area, but most likely not.
Yeah.
And I'm really hoping there's no other areas like that, but I have this feeling
YouTube.
that there is.
Type it.
Yeah, I will YouTube it
YouTube
and
it.
I'll find it. But
There was YouTube's really great for that, like for common areas where everyone gets stuck. Because with New Vegas, I typed in what did I type in? I can't remember what it was. There was a section which it just wasn't apparent what I'm supposed to do now. Like, there's no quest log. It doesn't tell me where to go. There's no marker. It's just do this thing, do this, and no idea where to go. Like, not even like a way of, like you have quest dialogue, which it'll tell you a storyline, but in there somewhere, it's kind of like, oh, okay, I've got to go to a bunker somewhere. Like, it's not marked on a map, but at least you've got to go somewhere to a bunker. And with this, it didn't have that. It's just got like, do this objective. Doesn't tell you where to go. Any idea where to go. So I typed that in YouTube, and this dude's got a video. It's got 30-something thousand views, and there's all sorts of people. He said he made this video because he's got a feeling that there's going to be lots of other people stuck in this exact same thing, looking for help, and this is the help because he had the exact same issue, and he found the answer, so he wanted to show everyone else. So yes, do that. YouTube it. I'm sure it's on there with 90,000 views and so on. Yeah. Now that's another thing with the gameplay is, look, this game, which I don't really like calling it a game because I don't find it to be sort of game-ish. It's kind of like, really cool storyline, really cool sort of gripping and all that sort of stuff. It could be a good movie, blah, blah, blah. And then there's some combat elements into it. There's this part which you got to sneak around and so on. And it's kind of double-edged because it takes you away, but it keeps you in. It's a strange sort of beast there. But the one thing that really gets me and really takes me out is the AI. Really throws me. It drives me bananas. When it works, it's great. When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, which is mostly your travel companion, standing or we've got to hide. We've got to hide behind this rock. Be quiet because this clicker's about. Oh, there's one coming. Ellie, why are you standing right in the middle of the path? They can see you. And
Exactly,
This is when they first announced Last of Us, I was like, man, I hope the AI is going to be good. And guess what?
Yeah.
Guess what, guys?
Yeah.
Guess what the AI's like?
Clicker walks right
God
past Ellie,
damn it.
pats her on the head, says, you'll be right, and just keeps walking. What's that all about? Sees me, takes a bite. Oh, it really irritates me. When it's fine, when you've got the camera in the right direction, so you can't see Ellie plainly standing there just whistling, and making jokes and just being silly right in front of one, just dancing right in front of them saying, you can't eat me, you can't eat me. Let's just, come on. No, we don't. You would have seen that. I'm sure you would have seen that in the millions of beta tests you did and the game testers and all them. You would have seen that. Come on.
Yeah, I just find it funny that the character you control, when you did something wrong, they can immediately detect you. But then when those AI were doing silly things like standing right in the middle of two barricades, and then the enemies was just walking past, and I'm thinking, how did that happen?
Yeah.
Why am I doing this then?
So one of the enemy, I think they walk around and go, where are you? Where are you? Or come out, you chicken, or something like that. So I'm there behind a barricade. Ellie's just sort of, hanging out like usual, saying, it's okay, I'll be just sitting on the steps here. And dude walks past. Oh, where are you? Oh, I'm so angry. Oh, there's a girl. Oh, that's not, just walks right past. It's like, oh, come on. You should have just it's a good thing you didn't, but you should have shot her in the head because you're angry. Anyway. So yeah, that's a thing which was really annoying. Another thing annoying with the enemy AI is, okay, I've shot one of your buddies, right? You saw that I shot your buddy because you were right next to him when I shot him. His head completely came off, right? He's not there anymore. But he'll think, instead of thinking, oh, maybe I should pull back, walk around and outflank this guy or just go around the side or something. No, I'll just walk through the exact same doorway with the exact same stupid look on my face. Oh, where is everybody? Oh, my head's gone too. So there was a point where I was I think I was standing in a windowsill and I shot one dude. 4 other people came towards me, all through the same doorway. There was another doorway next to it, but no, don't worry about that. Let's go through the same doorway and get our heads blown off, like one after another. And I was like, come on, why? You're not that dumb. Before you outflanked me, you did pretty good back before. You're the same guy. I know it. They just respawn you. I know you're the same guy. Why did you go the same direction? Why did you go through there? Why go through that? There's another windowsill just behind me. You could have jumped through there and got me from behind. So yeah, there's some little parts which do annoy and detract from the 10 out of 10 almighty score which people have given it. And but the overall game, having finished it, whether it's 10 out of 10 or not, it's certainly a game that I think you should play if you are into that type of genre. If you like Resident Evil, if you like, I guess, Silent Hill to a degree, because there are parts where it's not just run in and blow everything up. It's you don't want to encounter that thing, and you don't know what that thing is. You can sort of see it, you can hear it, but you don't want to go down there. And there's just parts with complete darkness.
I think there's some really good concept like the clickers and stuff that I think it's quite smart in terms of how they design those enemies and things. But for me, it's just a game that I actually cannot play in sit there for several hours and play through it. I have to play in short bursts. I'd play maybe for an hour or so, and then I have to stop because sometimes it's too draining.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be interesting when you two actually get through it all. And I'd like to see if your opinion changes. I want to know the
story, but I don't think once I finish it, I will be for example, in Chit-chatter 3, I just keep on playing it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, to me, it sounds like you two are at the exact same point where I was still sort of not too sure. I was like, I know people say it gets better, but I'm not feeling it 100%. This could be any game at this point, really. So, but yeah, you get to. I think there is certainly a point which will it'll either bring you right in, or you may be done. You may be done.
I mean, in terms of storytelling, it has great storytelling. I have to give them credits for that.
Yeah.
It's just I think sometimes the gameplay and the setting is a bit too draining for me, too exhausting.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Certainly intense.
Yeah.
Phuong?
I don't know, I think the hype just has killed everything that I have for this game, that I would have kind of picked it up straight away and played it. Because this isn't the kind of game that I would play in the first place, because console and the fact that you have to shoot a gun with using a pad, I just can't do that. And I know it's not a big part of the game, but I just cannot do it. Okay, I'm a really horrible shot. But other than that, out of it, for a 10 out of 10 game, especially how many it got, from all these different review places, I was expecting it to be engaging right away and just keep me there.
Yeah.
But it was engaging at the beginning, where that intro section played, and then it let me go straight after. And I was like, why am I playing? Halfway through, I was just really bored. And if anyone's you just have to play it and you have to get into it and you have to get further into it, that's just telling me to play WoW and get to level 60 before it gets good.
Yeah.
I'm not going to waste that time, especially if it's a 10 out of 10 game. You guys, this game should be engaging right away for me. And I want to get to the sad parts to see if they're actually sad or not. But since everyone's saying, oh my God, I'm playing this game and I'm crying so much, I'm expecting to cry. And if I'm not, I'm just going to sit there and be like, wow, that person died.
Yeah.
I don't feel a thing. This is horrible. So you know how it's just the hype's killed it. And everyone will hate me for saying this, but I wonder if I will get through this game or not. Just because I've expected so much out of this game, and I haven't gotten it yet. I got it for 10 or so minutes in the beginning, and then it was gone. The magic was gone.
Well, like I said, it's something which I think it was 3 or 4 hours before it really got me. Like at the start, it's nice and all, but the shooting elements, definitely, I had the same concern, because I was like, well, okay, and look, this is from me. I've played a lot of shooters on console, so I'm sort of adjusted to it. But I was having a hell of a lot of trouble firing my weapon and hitting anything. There were parts where I'm like, I can't be this bad. I've done games like this, but it's more that I think that it's the idea of a little bit more realism in that Joel isn't like a expert shooter
Yeah,
himself,
he's-
and
Yeah.
he's feeling the tension and so on. You know, he may be seasoned, but he has got issues keeping a steady aim. And I think that's something which you can actually work on and power up to a point. It's still not going to be, you're not suddenly going to be a sharpshooter all of a sudden, but it does steady the aim somewhat. But yeah, definitely there's parts where like you think twice before pulling out a gun because there's a good chance you're going to miss. It's not this auto aim business and you can just fire them off without even thinking about it. So it makes you think a little bit differently about combat, especially in a situation where you've got multiple enemies. You don't want to just run in and gun because there's a chance you may get them all. There's a good chance you may be out of bullets and still have these guys
and I
popping
think
at you.
they probably maybe designed it in this way so that I don't think they designed it to be a shooter. That's why, I mean, the thing is, it has a lot of Resident Evil, early Resident Evil kind of element. Is like your resources are so scarce that every single bullet you fire, you have to think about it. And I remember when I asked my friend, when I let my friend to try like a little bit, and then he used up all my bullets, I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, is like you can't say that you were annoyed because he used up your bullets.
Yeah.
And then in the next area when I took over again, I was like trying so hard. I was like stealthing every single part of that and scramble for more ammo. And then eventually I got that 12 rounds of ammo. And then when I found out there's a revolver, and I thought, oh, probably like the handgun ammo would be useless by now.
Yeah. Now you find that ammunition, it's like gold. I've got it, and I'm not parting with it till somewhere near the end where I really feel like I need to use it. And
I mean, it's a game that you never feel so secure when you're holding a bottle or a brick.
Yeah, no,
I love those bottles and bricks. They're so good. Like, I love stealthing. That's like, I don't know. I don't like using the gun because I know I'll suck at it. But like stealthing and then sneaking up behind an enemy and then strangling them to death.
Yeah.
For some reason, it just feels really satisfying in this game, which sounds really horrible.
It does.
But, like, it's a safe thing to do in this game.
Who are you, Phuong? What's happening?
I'm so sorry.
You're changing.
But like in this game, like it's good that I guess if they're going for that whole realism thing,
then
I guess not using your gun is a really smart thing to do. Because as soon as you use a gun, like that's it.
Yep.
Everyone's gonna come at you because they can hear you.
It all comes through the same doorway and get their head blown off one by one.
Yeah.
No,
so just
not
like the
all the
learning
time.
with the bottles and bricks and stuff.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting. It's not like it's a new element. It has been used in games past, but it's great to see it in this particular game, which is about survival and not something where weapons are plentiful and raining from the sky as they do in games like Resident Evil. No, that doesn't happen always.
It's implemented well in this game.
Yeah, I think it implemented well.
Yep.
I mean, that is what is engaging. What is engaging? I mean, the whole break and bottle and how you actually stealth kill and try to avoid people avoid your enemies detecting you. I think it's quite smartly done. The whole heart of gameplay.
Yeah.
It's just, for me, it's not something that I think I would say I enjoy playing. I would want to finish it in a way that I want to know what is the end of the story, but it was not a game that I would say that I enjoy playing it. I would want to play it again from the beginning all over again and that kind of stuff.
It's definitely true. I mean, look, I've finished it and I have thought about it and I've been thinking about it, but I don't think I would. I don't think I ever need to play it again. Other than just to have a look at a certain section, but for reference.
I think this kind of game.
It's an experience that I've gone through. It wasn't enjoyable. It wasn't like I can't wait to break some skulls. Like it's not it's not that type of game. It's just you go through it, you experience it, you've done that, you've been through it, you've seen that storyline, and from a certain standpoint, you can appreciate that. But to find enjoyment out of it, I think would probably be kind of strange And I think it's kind of like finding the same enjoyment about watching Once We're Warriors. You know, you can appreciate it and see what's happened, but you can't really enjoy what you're watching. You can't enjoy seeing a guy beat up his wife. You know, like but you can see the storyline. You know, and that's what I mean. Like it's that type of experience.
I think it's a game that you can only play once because, from what I hear, there are hugely emotionally impacting surprises in there, and you can only get that once.
You can,
and then
you
know, that kind of thing. So the first time you play it will be the best time.
Definitely, yes.
Afterwards, I don't know why you'd play it again.
Well, that's it. I mean, it's not like let's go in there for some more combat. Yeah. It's not really. I mean, I guess you can muck around with alternate scenarios or so on, like, you know, you do this instead of that. But at the end of the day, you're still going to just be achieving what you achieved in the first place to get to the next section, to go get Ellie or whatever it is. Anyway, yeah. So okay, cool. I'm keen to see what you guys think. Maybe if you get to finish it or get through it or progress. I say just try to get to the 40% mark because I think it's got a percentage thing when you save, so you sort of have an idea.
Yeah.
So try to get to 40% and then see. You know, then see.
Of course.
Yes.
I'm not enjoying it. I'm just really frustrated with that one room, so I just need to cool off and then go back again. But I mean, graphics aside, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not used to playing games like this, but I still sat through about 3 hours of it and stuck through a gameplay that I'm really uncomfortable with playing.
Yeah.
So that's saying something.
Yeah.
So, yes.
Cool.
Should I give it another go?
Yes. All right, cool. I think we'll end it there. Haven has got a massive rant, which we're going to pop on to the first start of the next podcast. Because I think I got a feeling this is the type of rant which we can all just sit back and eat popcorn. I like these rants. They're cool. And I think next week is RPG.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so next week's RPG. And I will be streaming that. And I'm going to work on this stream because for some reason it works on my mobile app. It doesn't work on the desktop. I don't know what it is. I don't know. And I've always had this problem with Ustream. Maybe I have to try something different. Maybe I have to try Justin TV or something. I don't know. But it just annoys me. I was streaming our old podcasts for about 4 hours. And it was working on the desktop as well. No problem. So I don't know.
But live thing just not working.
No, it was working not live, like as in we're talking right now, but I was broadcasting off just a file on the desktop, which was sending it through to
Is it something with Skype then? Is it Skype
It
being
must
applied?
be. It must be something with Skype, but I don't get what the difference is. I mean, all it's doing is routing the sound through to Ustream, which is doing the exact same thing I was doing before from the MP3 player to Ustream. So if anybody's listening and has any idea what I'm doing wrong, other than being Dan, I'm sure you can come forward and let me know because I would certainly appreciate any hints. You streaming these two when they do RPG, not a problem. I just sit here and I press one button. I'm just how it works, magic. But all three of us, and sometimes all four of us, it's a little bit different. Anyway, okay. Thank you very much for listening to Gameolio 71 here with iPhone.
Yes. See you guys.
And Haven.
Yeah. See you all.
Thank you to everybody and everybody who's here and chickens and eggs.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. All right. See you later.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.